What's up, guys? It's Astronaut. Welcome back to the channel. So glad to see you guys. Thanks for rocking with me and coming back and supporting the channel and all the likes and comments and views. I appreciate that. Today I have not just one video coming to you guys, but I have several videos planned for this little mini series that I'm doing. I decided to do my own personal analysis and breakdown of everything that we've seen so far in the story mode trailer with the prologue, the gameplay trailer, as well as bits and pieces of the story mode that we were able to see. If you guys caught some of the behind the scene videos of Mortal Kombat 11 where the developers were talking, even more bits and pieces of the story mode were shown in those videos as well. So I've taken into consideration everything that I've managed to be able to get my hands on, and I've decided to break everything down and give as much of an analysis in terms of what could possibly be happening in the story mode of Mortal Kombat 11. So just to kick things off, I want to say first off, there's still a lot we do not know. We know that Kronika is the main villain. We know that she is reversing time. We know that Raiden has gone dark and he's launching an all-out assault against the Netherrealm. We know certain bits and pieces, but like I said, there is still just this huge blank about what exactly is happening in the story mode, and what is the what's going to happen. So I just wanted to start making these videos so I could offer my own answers to some of these questions, because there's still a big blank, which I'm sure Ed Boon set it up to be that way, just to kind of hold us in suspense and to give us something that would kind of leave us hanging until we were able to get a hold of the closed beta and maybe see for ourselves exactly what's in store in the story mode. But I want to kick off with Kronika a little bit. Guys, I did a video about Kronika, and so if you didn't catch that, I would encourage you to catch that video. I go a little more in depth into her and who she is and what her agenda is. I try to offer my understanding of that in that video and be as conclusive as possible. But for this video, these are just some things that I want to just briefly go over about her in reference to the story mode. One, we know she's going from the timeline with Mortal Kombat 9 to the timeline Mortal Kombat 10. She's going back and forth. So that explains a bit of the story mode. That in and of itself can give you a good sense of direction of what you can expect, because time is going to be going back and forth, back and forth. So that's pretty much the gist of that. Now, one of the developers on the behind the scenes videos, he said that since Kronika has come down, she is so upset with Raiden because she feels that Raiden has tipped the balance of between good and evil to the side of good too much to her taste, and she's angry and she wants to fix it. And the only way she can think to fix it is to rewind time all the way back to the very beginning, going to the beginning of Mortal Kombat 9 all over again. So we know that that is a major component in understanding the story mode. At some point, Kronika takes it upon herself to rewind time all the way back to the beginning and start all over again. And I believe once she starts all over again, she's going to be intervening in moments throughout the history to manipulate people's decisions so that they end up making the decision that she wants them to make, to alter time and to ultimately lead to this alternative ending of what she's trying to accomplish with bringing about some sort of evil, balancing out the good that Raiden has done. Now, the thing that I want to mention about Kronika, and I think is very important to talk about this, which is the fact that we really don't know what her goal is. We know she's evil. We know that she is at war with Raiden. She's come down so that she can fix what she feels Raiden has messed up in the decisions of destiny. And but we don't know what her end goal is. I'm trying to fathom what her possible ending could be, because with Shao Kahn, we always knew that Shao Kahn was trying to take over Earthrealm through Mortal Kombat. With Shinnok, we knew that Shinnok was trying to take over Earthrealm and then take over all realms. But with Kronika, we still don't know exactly what her ending is all about, what she's trying to necessarily do. And that's something I'm going to go into in the second video analysis that I'm doing of the story mode, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to go into the decision making. The developers have said they want decisions to play a huge role with gamers making decisions throughout the story mode that will lead to different conclusions and endings. So I'll get to that in the second video. But for now, we really don't know what Kronika's we know her agenda is to change time, to reverse time, and to somehow bring about some sort of ending. But we don't know exactly what her goal. I don't know if her goal could be to reverse time so that Shinnok ends up winning. Because she did have that conversation with Shinnok saying that it's only a matter of time before she gets to manifest her will on the universe. So, but she could also just be using Shinnok as a pawn so that she, through Shinnok, can take over. Perhaps maybe Shinnok all along was working for Kronika and we just never knew that. We don't know, but I just felt it was worth mentioning that we don't know exactly what to expect from Kronika in terms of what her end result is. What is her goal with that? And another thing, it hasn't been fully clarified or crystallized exactly her origins. Like one of the developers on the behind the scenes video says that she is the architect of destiny. She oversees all the events of time, and but it hasn't been clarified as to whether or not she is an elder god. She is another being of another nature. Clearly, she's from a realm that exists apart from Earth Realm and Outworld and Nether Realm and all the other realms out there. She has a realm that she exists, that she clearly is sovereign over. And Geras is from this realm as well, and apparently people who are from this realm have this ability to manipulate time as part of their nature. So it hasn't fully been explained exactly her origins and her nature, whether she's an elder god or not, whether she's just some sovereign entity that exists in the universe and she has her own realm where she has people and a community of people that exist with her. We don't know. So, but I just wanted to throw that out there, and I invite everyone else to give their take on what they feel, what's going on with Kronika. Now, the second part of this video, I want to talk about Raiden, and I think the most important thing that we can gather from the prologue is that at this point, Raiden has launched all-out war on NetherRealm and on Kitana and on Liu Kang. And I just want to take a moment to flash back to something that Boraicho said in his intro with Kitana and in one of the fight sequences. He said, "Kitana, be careful because your decisions could mean war." And he was making a reference to her attitude toward Raiden. And so now, fast forward to Mortal Kombat 11. Now we see all-out war between Raiden and Kitana and Liu Kang. And so I'm curious to see how everything leads up to the war, because the way Mortal Kombat 10 ended, I was under the assumption that things might go bad. But it seems like where things are picking up with Mortal Kombat 11, it seems that things have already gone bad, and Raiden has already made a decision to just launch all-out war against them. So we can expect that. We can expect these sequences and scenes in the story mode where Raiden is literally letting them all have it. I'm sure y'all have seen the scene where he is in the center of this huge storm of battling all these minions of the NetherRealm all at the same time. Like hundreds of them are charging him and he is slaying them. And not only that, but we also see Liu Kang and Kitana, who seem to be situated in this castle that they've kind of prepared for themselves. They're in a castle now where they're kind of overseeing and overlooking NetherRealm. And I just want to take a moment to mention Kitana's appearance seems interesting. I don't know, I'm sure you guys have noticed that now she is donning this mask that she is, I don't know if it's something of a mask that she wears on her face or if it's supposed to be like a crown on her head, but it's like a skeletal mask that resembles Shao Kahn's original mask. So I thought that was interesting that they've kind of altered her look. One point that I would like to point out is the fact that I'm not really too impressed with the Revenants. The Revenants don't look all that impressive to me. Honestly, I thought that the skins, like Kitana's Dark Emperor skin and Liu Kang's Dark Emperor skin, was much more impressive than their appearance now. They look a little dull to me, and I think that by them using the Unreal Engine 4, they could have come up with something a bit more imaginative than how they look, because they look a little dull and they look a little pale, more like zombies rather than undead creatures who are powerful, by them being the Emperor and Empress of the NetherRealm. I expected a little more grandiose, a little more, grand, a little more over the top looking, fearful looking, something along those lines. And we can also look forward to some sort of battle between Kitana and Cassie Cage. Cassie Cage, of course, is still fighting for Earthrealm, and Kitana still, Empress of the NetherRealm. So we can expect some sort of scene going on between them from what we've seen in the trailer as well. So But one thing I would like to say is that scene with Cassie Cage where it looks like she's about to fight Katana. We don't see Katana in that camera angle at that particular time, but it kind of makes me think that since decisions is playing a huge role in the story mode, it's possible that that sequence with Cassie Cage might be a sequence that you see in the story mode if you make a decision to choose to fight Katana. I'm thinking that there's going to be moments in the story mode where you will be able to choose whether you engage in battling someone versus choosing to either be friends or choosing to either cooperate with that person. I think that's how decisions are going to play themselves out, because there's a lot of moments in the story mode of what we've seen so far where it looks like the characters are right on the verge of either making one decision versus another, or maybe right after, or they've made a decision and you see the result of that decision. So that scene with Cassie Cage fighting Katana, that kind of reminded me of possibly a scene that you might see if you're playing as Cassie Cage and you choose to fight Katana versus work with Katana. Anyway, so guys, I have a lot more stuff coming up in the second part of the video. I'm going to go a little more into the young Liu Kang and young Kung Lao sequences and things like that. So also in the next video, I want to talk about the decisions aspect of the story mode and the options that you'll have to either work for Kronika or against Kronika. I think that that's going to be a very interesting dynamic to see play out in the story mode in terms of making decisions. So yes, guys, I have a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of things that I really want to discuss. Make sure you don't forget to leave your thoughts on a lot of this in the comment section below. What you think? Do you agree with the decisions or the direction of the story mode of what's been revealed so far? If yes, if no, let me know. Okay, see you in the next video. Astronaut out.